Hello everyone. Today, we are here with another exciting marketing video. In this video, we will tell you about 8 common mistakes related to SEO and how to avoid them. When it comes to website optimization for search engines, we can make many mistakes, don't you think so? SEO is one of the oldest online marketing disciplines, and therefore, it should be very clear. But in fact, quite the opposite. Search engine optimization is undoubtedly one of the most dynamic and unpredictable aspects of online marketing. Google launches one update after another, changing plans of millions of webmasters from around the world. For this reason, it is important to always be up to date and know exactly what doesn't work. In this article, we compiled 8 different mistakes about SEO that you should avoid making to improve your SEO. Let's look at these 8 mistakes that you should avoid making. First mistake is keyword stuffing, or exaggerated use of keyword. Keyword stuffing refers to an excessive repetition of a keyword on your website. It is a method that many users have already tried to get more traffic. An administrator adds a very high amount of keyword, but Google will think you are a spammer, and therefore, it will penalize the website. Now the question is, how to improve text optimization without being a spammer? Answer for this question is very simple. Try not to always repeat the same keywords, so that you don't overdo it, and use synonyms and words of semantic relevance. If you want to check the optimization of your texts, you can use the formula WDF multiply IDF, which stands for within document frequency multiply inverse document frequency. This formula measures the ratio of repeated keywords on your site and compares it with the repetition rate of the strongest competitors in the ranking. So, you can avoid using a very large number of keywords and identify synonyms and other words related to the topic. In this graphic, we can see this more clearly. The green line would be the text we are reviewing. The orange line shows the average repetition rate of keywords and the black line shows the maximum rate, which should not be exceeded, as this could affect the website. Let's talk about second mistake, which is not searching for keywords. Abusing when using keywords is a very serious mistake. But it is also a mistake to publish content without searching the keywords before creating the articles or landing pages. To get organic traffic, you first have to analyze the niche and ask the following questions. First one is, what users are searching on the internet when they try to find companies from the same sector? And second question is, how are these searches done? After answering these questions, we can focus on searching for the best keywords, or combinations of keywords, with possibility of conversion. An interesting way to find keywords is to find out which ones are used by your competitors and choose the most interesting for your website. Once you have the list of keywords, you will need to create quality content that will solve the doubts of your visitors. Third mistake is creating duplicate content. Creating duplicate content is a common mistake, and it can sometimes accidentally occur. It happens mainly in virtual stores, which present their products within different categories, or filtered by size, color, etc. And as a result, multiple URLs with identical product descriptions can be created. As this Google article explains, duplicate content within a website will not be penalized, unless the ultimate goal is to deliberately manipulate search results. However, we can't forget the so-called $1 budget. The search engine assigns a tracking time for each website. If the URLs are indexed several times, we will be making the robots of Google waste time. So avoiding duplicate content will help Google crawl all pages to include them later in its indexer. Here comes another question. How can we solve this? There are several methods to avoid duplicate content. The most common are the 300 ones, and the use of EL = canonical to indicate where the original content is available. Fourth mistake is incorrect use of titles. This is one of those mistakes in SEO, with indirect effects. Of course, you need to use the correct keywords in your content. After all, the search engine needs to understand what the text is talking about. But many times, we find different pages in a website with the same title. This usually happens if you work, for example, with tags or categories on WordPress. It's similar to duplicate content. Google can differentiate when you try to do something hurriedly or with care. Here is an interesting tip. You can help Google to see your titles correctly. You can rate them with the corresponding HTML tag. This doesn't mean a radical improvement in ranking, but it's a sign that the content is well structured, and you care about the technical aspects of your site. Here is the mistake number 5. Not paying attention to the meta description. Another of the most common mistakes in SEO is leaving the meta description field empty, or creating duplicate descriptions. This is not a direct positioning error. You will not be penalized for having a wrong meta description, but Google pays attention to user signals, and if the CTR, click-through rate, is affected because of an incorrect meta description, you are not doing the correct things to improve the ranking, and you will be leaving the way free for your competitors, who have an elaborate snippet. Now the question is, what should be considered when creating a meta description? Here are some tips. Use unique text for each URL. Make sure the information fits with what the user expects to find when he gets to the website. Otherwise you will have a high bounce rate. Use a call to action. Make sure the length of the text fits with the number of pixels of all devices. Sixth mistake is ignoring broken links. It is not a mistake, but an oversight. A broken link is a link that leads to a URL, internal or external, that no longer exists. If your links are not working, Google may subtract some points, so to speak, as this indicates some sloppiness on your website. Here arises another question: how to avoid broken links? If you have a WordPress site or blog, you can install a plugin that will generate a report when it detects any broken link, so you can repair or delete it. You can also use the Exaggerated tool to check the state of your internal and external links. Mistake number 7 is having toxic links. As we know, the links obtained should be of good quality and related to the theme of the website. But sometimes, this is not easy to control. The page may have received a negative SEO attack. What does this mean? Competitors may have inserted links from your website on pages of domains of bad reputation to undermine your results. It may also be that the former webmaster of the company worked on a somewhat suspicious link building strategy, and you now have a list of links that, instead of helping, can damage your reputation. How can we clean up toxic links? It is recommended that an analysis of the list of links be made to detect all negative links. These could be, for example, links found on pages of spam, links on pages that have nothing to do with the theme of the site, or in empty URLs, without content. If you have many backlinks, evaluate each link manually can be very difficult. To do this, you can try to use the Debug tool from Exaggerated and evaluate your backlinks automatically. With just a few clicks, you can deauthorize links and create a disavow file to send it to Google Search Console. Now, let's talk about 8th and final mistake: not using website analysis tools. Positive results should be translated into traffic and conversion. After all, the goal of improving organic positioning is to bring more users to your website through the rankings in the results of the search engines. For this reason, you should not forget Google's analytics metrics and Google Search Console to analyze the results from your website. For example, if you know through which URLs the visitors are accessing the website, you can analyze user behavior and even direct them to pages that are better if you want to improve conversion. In this article, we show only some of the aspects which should be considered with regard to on- and off-page optimization of your website. The bad news is that there are many other things to consider. What do you do to avoid these SEO mistakes? In your opinion, what are the most important mistakes to avoid? We hope you will leave your comment. In this video we told you about 8 common SEO mistakes related to SEO, and also how to avoid them. We will back soon with more videos. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel below to get more videos like this.